praise Yah. I got about 30 minutes before I get to work, so I want to push. I really do these every day because I mean, what am I doing but making music and turning the camera on? So yeah, I got this is what I kind of initially intended when I grabbed the Integra 7, when I grabbed the Yamaha Sec Track up, was to use it with no MIDI, just going in to the looper on the SP. So that was the mindset I was in, and then I quickly was like, oh, let me MIDI this up because I'm capable of doing that. So yeah, so the way I got things set up right now, I got the launch key controlling the Roland Integra 7. I've got one of these Y splitters, like MIDI cables, and so one output, one MIDI cable is going to the Integra, and then another one's going to the SP. So I got transport control of the pattern sequencer on the SP, and I'm playing that while I got the looper going, so I can just press the looper, and I got it on wait on. So if I press the rec button, press the rec button, press the rec, first thing I got to do before that is, well, I got to turn my mic off so I'm not triggering any sound. Since I got external in on, as soon as I start playing something, it'll record. So that's a nice little workflow, I think. Quickly get ideas going. I'm gonna redo that idea, but see, now I got transport control. So the looper's still going. I could export that if I want. And then, you know, sequence it. But I don't like this, so just hit stop and delete it, and then get some other ideas going. We got some more sunlight coming through the window. It was darker a second ago. It was kind of rainy out there. Cloudy. We got some sun now. Making use of the natural lighting out there. What's good though? Anybody out there? I'll shift through some of these presets. Like I said, I got like what, 30 minutes before work, but 30 minutes before I gotta go pick up the kids, and then from there it's pretty much work time. Well, the little one, 3-year-old, gonna be 4 this year at the end of the year, is on her tablet. So she's preoccupied. I want to get them more creative versus just being consumers, but I mean, it's like the easy thing to do when you want to get your stuff going, done, your hobbies in. Trying to step out my comfort zone because I really don't usually pull up electric pianos. I usually go with an acoustic piano. SimCity Big World, what's good? Finally got my studio sorted out. We look cook and roll. That's good, man. What'd you do? Did you get a new desk or just configure different? Like I always go change stuff up. Like just 2 streams ago, I had this set up a little bit differently. It was a nice little setup where I got the keyboard controlling the MPC, but I got everything running through the SP, so I can do this kind of workflow, but then also do the MPC workflow. And I'll probably go back to that setup, but now I just want to mess with the workflow separately, SP workflow with the Integra, and then, you know, like the MPC with that too. So usually I like to like practice a chord progression before I go live at the very least. It's like what I do when I get a sample chop so that I have something prepared, but I didn't really do that. I keep coming back to this chord chord progression. I kind of like when you just do 2 chords. Like 2 chords for me is kind of nice, and I don't know. I can kind of vibe off that usually better than, maybe it's just my limitation, than like 3 or more. That's pretty much what I was doing yesterday. This is, I never heard anyone talking about this chord progression. It's literally just 2 to 3. That sounds good to me. 2 chord, 7th notes. Yeah. It's the Roland Integra 7. You've heard of that one, right? It's right here. That's why I went with this angle, so you can at least kind of see it. That's what I was doing yesterday. Didn't you pop in yet? I thought you popped in yesterday's stream. Sunday afternoon. But yeah, I'm not gonna be on here very long. I was thinking about I was going back for my head if I had enough time to get on here, or maybe I would do it at work. I'm gonna take my sec track at work and have a similar setup because I got the mini launch key. I'm storing it at work so that I have something. I don't have to carry it around. And I got this one over here. It's cool. Hit the button. What's good? And then I'm gonna take the sec track, so it really will be the same workflow, just with the sec track sounds. You know, I was thinking that maybe I'll do a live stream there. Yeah, I did pop in, but it was busy. Had to breeze. That's what's up, though. That's good. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, man, that's what I'm trying to figure. I was talking about that, like, on the last stream, SimCity, about the sounds in there and making my mind up. I was, so yesterday's stream, I was talking about how I was comparing the NPC sounds to the Integra sounds, and also comparing the sec track that I also got recently. So I made my mind up, like, I might not end up keeping it. I do like the way it sounds. So yesterday I made a beat with the Integra 7 all MIDI through, right? And then last night I got up, kind of fell asleep for a minute. I got up and I wanted to hear what I did. So I played it through the Integra. And then what I did was I actually went in the MPC and I went and exchanged all the MIDI tracks that were controlling the Integra. I switched it to plug-in tracks and found similar sounds on the MPC to see how that would sound. And, you know, just use the MIDI notes that were already there. And it was all right. I feel like everything in this sounds good together. Like when you start putting things together, the main thing that I was expecting, and that's always the thing with expectations, you get an idea of something and then it's not that idea when it finally comes. You come to meet whatever, like a piece of gear or something. And I guess from the previews and waiting years and years, I kind of expected it to be more in my face, kind of like these huge sounds. And I wouldn't say they are. I would say they're very good. And this is what I was saying, is that what stands out about the Integra 7 is what's subtle about it. So it's the very subtle differences of the articulations of like the supernatural behavior of an actual instrument. That's what makes it stand out. So it's not this in your face. This is my opinion. It's not this in your face, oh, these sounds are huge. That's what makes it stand out. It's the subtle. So it sounds a little counterintuitive. What stands out about it is what's subtle about it. Huh? You want to put this shirt on? Yeah. Yeah, I can help you. Fit shirt. It smells good. You putting sprays on there? Mommy sprays? Mm-hmm. Did you? No. No?
Yes.
Yes? Oh, okay. All right, there you go. You look good. Nice outfit. Your shoelaces match your shirt. You did that? Thought that out? Good job. So yeah, what makes the Roland Integra stand out is the subtlety of the instrument behaviors. And it's not every single instrument. Like I don't know. I don't ever mess with these, but like the guitars, the strings, mainly the guitars and the strings, maybe like some of the brass stuff. Yeah, see, like one thing, it's not something that I went over yesterday. I don't usually start with a brass, but like this is a trumpet, and like the pitch bend, instead of the pitch bend like actually pitching the sample, like doing a pitch shift of the sample, it has different samples. So you see that when I'm doing the pitch bend thing, it's actually triggering another. I guess it's not a sample because from my understanding, this is all mathematics, right? So physical modeling is the math equation of the vibration of sound or whatever to emulate a physical instrument. So yeah, as you can see when you and then you have like with the strings too, you have, what do you call that? It's kind of what is the word for that? Like the notes are tied, kind of. Yes, exactly. So that's what the Supernatural is known for in some of the Roland products. So like all these presets have that. So I mean this whole sound module has not necessarily vibrato, and then you got modulation. It does kind of just like a level, an intensity. What was I saying? Let me see. Forgot what I was saying as I was reading that. But yeah, no, I just need to explain. Oh yeah, what I was saying was this sound module has like a ton of the actual, like the XV, like the older rack versions that Roland put out, the older Romplers. And I haven't really gone through that stuff because I really picked this up for the Supernatural stuff. So I can't really tell you much about those. I mean, yeah, I could play them for you. Like this is PCM, so this is a sample, and it's, I don't know what module it's from. I mean, it has a little bit of that, but as you can see, this is not a Supernatural sound. So when I try to do the pitch bend, it doesn't do that whole note with the articulation, actual playing different notes like you're playing up on a trumpet or something, like someone's actually playing it. So I don't know, maybe this will just turn into a sound demo stream anyways. I probably won't make anything. I do want to get at least one loop on there. So yesterday I went over strings a little bit, brass. So not all the sounds, like this is a Supernatural preset, and it's a harp. So you be the judge, but I don't really think there's any like kind of supernatural behavior to this type of instrument, really. It's just it's a plucked string, right? So one thing I don't understand is like with the piano. So I got a piano here, right? This is a Supernatural piano. So it was physically modeled. At the very least, we know that, right? It's a good sound. I was saying yesterday I like the MPC sound. Piano is probably better though. But I don't know why you would have, like, just turn this off. I mean, who pitch bends a piano? You got modulation. I don't know if you could actually even pitch bend a real piano. You couldn't do that, right? There's obviously no pitch mod. Maybe there's a different like pedal to a pedal that will allow you to do that, but I don't think so. Let me just do this. Yeah, it's almost 2K, man. It's pretty crazy because this piece has been out for like, I don't remember exactly. I think it came out like 2012. Might have been earlier. That might be a good 15 years, maybe more. I don't know. Let me look it up real quick. So yeah, 119 right now. When did the Roland Integra 7 release? Roland Integra 7 release date. Yeah, 2012, August 31st, 2012. So what's that? Like, I guess it's not that long. 10, 13 years? And it was cheaper when it was released, but you know, inflation and all that, whatever. Over 6,000 over 6,000 sounds, including PCM sounds and 12 SRX expansion boards. It's got a lot of sounds. So if you're into like a variety of sound, like not necessarily like the newest, most realistic sounds, it's also got like the XV stuff, which was at the time, I think, like the realistic sounds. Integra 7 is designed to be expandable with SRX expansion boards. And then I guess you can like, I don't know, that probably would, I don't think you can physically install boards. Like the XV one, I actually had an XV like when I was like 18. I think I had the XV 1080 or one of the XVs. I don't think it was a 5080, but it was a double rack space one too. But that one, that has like a little slot on top, like a little board that you can unscrew, I think, and put. I never did that, but it has that, so you can expand it. But this has USB memory, and someone was telling me, who was that? Was telling me yesterday on the stream, you can go to like Roland Cloud and get, you can download sounds and then load them up on this. But this also has, I want to get a wireless camera. That's what I've been thinking about, like some kind of wireless camera system. I mean, this is a separate thought. And plug it into my video switcher. So like maybe I could wear it and I could show you. Like it'd be dope if I could show you everything I was doing on this here. Wear it on my head. I mean, it'd be kind of goofy from this angle, but whatever. But yeah, just anyways. But there's a way in the menu, you go to expansions, and then there are these virtual slots. And let me read off the other ones. So it's only got 4 of them in there, I guess, at one time. And you could switch through them. So there's dynamic drum kits, SRX01 dynamic drum kits, concert piano, studio SRX, symphonic strings, supreme dance, complete orchestra, ultimate keys, platinum tracks, world collection, brass ensemble, complete piano, classic EPs, ethnic supernatural, woodwind supernatural, session, I'm not sure what that is, just session supernatural, acoustic guitar supernatural, brass supernatural, sound effects supernatural, HQ GM2 and HQ PCM sounds. So it's got all that, and it's only got 4 active, I guess. I don't completely understand that right now. So, but it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. I guess I don't need to be in a rush to consider whether I want to keep this or not. And I could auto sample a bunch of stuff. That's something that crossed my mind. Maybe I'd want to do is maybe like do an auto sample key group and like share it on Patreon or something and do that frequently. But I'm just not gonna get the value out of the supernatural stuff by auto like key grouping them. It just won't be the same. So probably wouldn't do that with those. Paying $2K for one piece of gear in the modern era is wild. Is it considered a classic piece? I didn't pay $2K. I mean, yeah, it is. That's why I took so long to actually decide to grab one. You know, I grab one while I have a little bit of money, a little extra money, I guess, and I got one for half of that price. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's got some longevity, and there's other features to it. Like, I guess if you're like a film composer, it has 5.1 motional surround, so you can film compose and have the audio already. It's got like multiple outs. It's got really good audio converters. It sounds really clean, I think. And then it has like Roland has made a lot of classics. So if you are into like the actual classic stuff, then like the XV 5080, 1080, whatever, all those are considered classics, I believe. Like some of those are like, I've seen demos of people playing like songs from Terminator and stuff out of those. So yeah, it may be considered a classic. I mean, it's been around. It's got its longevity in the market. I don't know who's buying them, but yeah. I mean, there's more depth to it, you know. Like it's not just a preset machine. Like you can go in and edit stuff. You can edit the drum kits. Like it's got the drum kits, but you can go in and switch out the sounds and stuff. I was just looking at it, ain't really got to that part yet. So I think I'll sit with it for a good while before I ultimately decide. There are so many options out there, right? What up, Jesus? Good. Yeah, praise y'all, man. Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate that. I seen the comment from you earlier. Appreciate that. I'm over here trying to be a dad, man. Trying to do my best, trying to be the best me and be a good example and still be able to like, you know, be patient and give the time to everybody who needs the time, while also taking some of that time for myself to pursue. And I guess, you know, that's what I've always wanted to be, is like some sort of an inspiration. So if I can at least inspire my kids and trying to do something, you know, with myself and having some sort of amount of self-belief to at least try to do it, you know, even if I fall flat on my face, at least I tried, and my kids will be able to see that. Like I put in a lot of work, you know, I've done a lot of videos and like over 500 reaching 600 and stuff. And, you know, that's no small thing in itself, right? So yeah, word, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. So let's see if I could just play this simple chord progression in so I can get kind of an idea going, because I got to get going. 126. Ooh, I got to go in like 20 minutes. I want to get more organized with this. We'll just do that. Turn this mic up. So that's just using the looper. I'll go switch over to the SP. So let's stop this and then copy, put it on a pad, exit, and then I'll go in here and sequence this. So I've got, now I got a sample. I like this workflow of just messing with audio, and I think I'm gonna come up with some sort of a hybrid with the MPC of the workflow I was doing yesterday, which was all MIDI tracks, because I'm gonna need to. I figured out when I did vocals yesterday on my track after I did all the MIDI parts and different instruments, and then I played it back that night, and it was like all I didn't think about it, but all the sounds were in my vocal track. So I think a hybrid workflow between using the MIDI and like resampling after every piece so that I can get it in the MPC, so I could start layering stuff and then do vocals without getting all the sounds that are, because Integra is coming in at the same time as my mic, so. All right, let me just do this. Hold on, I want to change this. Duplicate. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna see. I like having this setup here. Like it really opens up the SP if you get the launch key specifically. I just like the fact that when I plug the MIDI out into the SP, I got transport control. So again, to put the overhead, it seems like such a simple thing, but like I think one of the biggest problems, the most common problem people have with the SP is the pattern sequencer, because it's a bit awkward. But I don't know if you can see, I can't really zoom out anymore. What is that? Okay. But I'm starting the sequence. I'm not even in the pattern sequencer, right? I'm outside the pattern sequencer. And then I'm starting the pattern from the MIDI keyboard. And then I could just go mark, and then I can go and find a different sound. Like I'm gonna find a bass and just play a simple bass line here. Right. Phone call. 28. Hold up. Okay, so yeah, so it's a good ass workflow. Like I've been tempted to just have this workflow, and so I've played around the idea of taking an MPC out of my process, because I like starting music on this, just because it's just to me it's just a better idea generator to start with. It's not complicated, the interface is simple, sampling is simple. Now the looper, I like how the looper actually works better in this than in the MPC. I don't think, like with the MPC, you have it, I don't know, maybe I gotta explore it again, but I don't know if it's set up the way where I can like trigger like the wait on when you're sampling on this. You could just start playing something or start, whatever, start a record and it'll start recording. Not a record necessarily, you're not gonna record a record into unless you're maybe scratching into the looper. But yeah, it's just set up nice, like. bad. I gotta play 4 bars. I keep just playing 2. There it is. So just copy it to the pad. Get my bass. I'll sequence that in now. Oops. Now I'm moving, just go to a different preset. I don't know, I just like workflow. It's simple. I mean, it does add this step of, you know, after you export a sample from the looper, you got to go and actually sequence it in by pressing the pad in the sequencer, but that's fine. It's not too big of a deal. So we'll get something else in here. Let me go to the choirs. Try to fit a choir in it. Box. Maybe not. See what y'all saying. I gotta wrap this up. That's cool. I mean, I had a short amount of time streaming here, but I'm glad I came on anyways. So that's the goal. Like, you know, I want to do this full time, so I might as well act like it until it's real. Stream every day. Yeah. Do I consider the Integra 7? What up, though? Khalif wins, by the way. Do you consider Integra 7 a better investment than a Phantom 6? Well, shoot, I don't know, man. I've never used a Phantom 6, so is that like the full model, or are you talking about like the 06? Because I've considered the 06, which I think is a decent price. It's like the stripped down Phantom, but if you're talking about like the actual Phantom 6, that's pretty expensive. That would be like 3, 4, isn't that like 4,000? So I guess it depends, and then you would have to look into what it is that you want. Like, this is not it's not a sequencer, right? So if you wanted a sequencer, which I'm assuming you have an NPC, so you don't need a sequencer, and I think this might have more supernatural sounds. I don't know which one has more supernatural sounds, to be honest. There is a keyboard that has the most. What is the keyboard with the most supernatural sounds in it by Roland? Phantom. I don't know. So I think it's like the Roland Jupiter. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Jupiter X. I think it's the Jupiter X. Or not. I don't know. Or is it Juno, Jupiter? I'm not sure, but it's a massive ass keyboard that actually has the most. What keyboard has the most Roland supernatural sounds in it? Yeah, it's bringing up the Integra 7. It's not bringing up what I had in mind. I'll have to figure it out later, but yeah, and it's kind of a different comparison. If you need a keyboard, then maybe get the Phantom, but I think it has similar sounds in it. I'm not sure what that the Phantoms might have. I don't know. I think they've like dropped the supernatural synthesis. I don't think they really mess with that now. Now it's I can't think of it. What's in their newer stuff? I don't know. Maybe I'll geek out on that and learn a little bit more about it and have something else to share later, because I am kind of curious now why they would drop the supernatural, if that's even the case, and use a different sound engine that they're using now. I can't think of what it is, but it's like in the MC-101, because I messed around with that for a little bit. But yeah. Hey, peace, Jesus. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the good words, the encouragement. Yeah, it's about time I leave to go get the kids. And these are supernatural choir sounds, but I feel like I've heard better choir sounds. Like another option that I'm considering, as if I don't keep this, what really got me into like wanting to grab the Sec Track and the Roland Integra was virtual instrument sounds on the iPad. And that probably would have been the smart thing to do financially. But I got a taste of some good sounds. It has some good sounds in it. Like I got the Korg module. I've got the IK multimedia. I can't think of the name of it. I could just pull it up so I can remember here. Sample tank. It's got some cool sounds in it. And then I got this other one that's kind of a cheaper thing. It's like a sound font player, which actually has probably the best choir sounds in it that I've heard. I think even better than this. And it's just like a cheap sound font player where you can buy their whole collection. I subscribe for like $5, I think, a month. But you can go and buy the whole collection for like I think like $29. So let me see the choir. It's pretty loud. But I bought myself like a USB MIDI cable to plug into my iPad from the MPC, so I can, if I want to, I could sequence, or I may even just auto sample, because this doesn't have supernatural behavior, but I like the samples. Right? So I may auto sample these with that little chord. I spent like $15 on it. And that's a lot more affordable than, $2,000 piece. And I think it has sounds that are decent. And some of them I actually like better. My sound cut out for a second. So these are pretty cool choirs. This app is called, what is this app called? My audio keeps cutting out. I need a better adapter for my iPad. But this app is called Sound Font Pro on iPad. And then, I don't know, let me see. No, let me just go to a different category. So not bad. So that might be an option that I end up going with. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up, y'all. Thanks for kicking it with me for a brief minute. Head out. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow. That'll be the goal. Just keep doing this thing daily. Act like I'm doing it professionally, and then maybe that might be a thing. I don't know. But yeah, logging off. Y'all bless. Peace, everybody. All right.